Hey guys, this is Norman. Just picked him up this morning. He's brand new. We're out on the trail for the first time, and we're gonna show you a little insight into how we introduce the e-collar and we start working on the recall. While clearly he's still connected to me, not taking any chances. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna, on an extremely low level, tap the button, and we're looking for some type of reaction from Norman. So we want him to either like look behind him, or he might scratch his neck a little bit. We just want to know that he feels it. So I'm going to start on a level 6. Tap, 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 tap. Okay, see how he's like, hey, what was that? I felt something. So I know from that's a decent level to start at. There's nothing really going on. He was able to feel it. We just did a couple of taps, no information going with it. I just want to see if he feels that level. And at a level 6, we got a good little head shake, and so I know he feels it. If there was no reaction at all, I would just turn it up a couple, keep tapping. If there was a big reaction, like if he jumped or something like that, I would know that, all right, that's a little too much. We don't want to grab his attention like that. We just want to for him to feel it. And the whole time you're working with e-collars, the goal is we just want to be at a level that they care about, right? So like a motivation level. We never want to shock or zap or hurt a dog. We just want to, just like I could put this pressure on a leash. See how I'm putting pressure on his leash because I pulled it? That's what we want to feel with the e-collar. Just a little pressure on the collar. All right, to start the first day and the first hike, we do a lot of hiking first before we start, asking for recalls. Kind of just like a bonding hike. We get to know each other. I get to know the dog. I get to know, kind of some of the personality, temperament. Are they anxious, nervous? Are they just kind of free spirit? And we find that out during this kind of portion of the first day. I think a big advantage I have from doing this for years this way is doing it outdoor, doing it on the trail, letting the dog explore and have a good time, sniff around, and real world stuff. But it kind of helps the dog kind of relax because it can be stressful. Some guy shows up at your house, puts you in their van and whisks you away. It's better than whisking you to some big training warehouse with a bunch of dogs all barking in the background. And, you got to overcome all that when you're training in that method or that fashion. So, I think this is a big advantage, taking him out, get him in the woods. I have a tracking collar on him. He's always connected to me the first few days. So we take, all the precautions, but I think it's a better time for the dog to be able to be out here hiking around. So Norman, Mom says, knows what it means when she calls him, but often blows her off. He's not a flight risk. She said he won't take off, but he doesn't come when called either. But he knows what it means because if you're doing it in the house and you got a treat or something, he comes right over. So it's good news if he knows what it means, and then we're gonna build on that. We're gonna make it simpler for him. So he already knows what it means, but we're always gonna use the same command every time because sometimes that gets a little confusing. People will say, come, hey, get over here, let's go. I got a treat, wanna go for a ride? All of which doesn't really mean anything, but then eventually the dog comes because you seem animated and you become interesting at that point, and then owners say, well, the dog will come once in a while, but really not on command. I don't know if that's his case, but I've seen it over and over and over again. All right, let's talk about it before we do it. So the first time I call him back, I'm going to apply leash pressure, meaning I'm going to pull on that leash, and I'm also going to apply collar pressure. So I'm going to push the button at the same time. So he's going to feel a physical direction on his collar because I'm going to be pulling him back to me. And he's going to feel a little stimulation on the e-collar. And then as soon as he turns and comes towards me or commits to come to me, that's when the leash goes slack and I take my finger off the button. So in essence, we're teaching him how to release all pressure from the collars. We're going to teach him how to shut that button off, and the leash will go slack as well. All right, let's give it a try. Norman, come. Little pressure. Yes. Yes, good boy, good boy. And of course, big praise when he gets to you. It's going to be the greatest thing he's ever done every time he gets to you. Yeah, you want to make it a really big deal because for most dogs, they don't want to come back to you because their history of coming back to you is it ends bad for them because you take something away from them, or you're ending their fun, meaning, you know, they come back to me, I'm going to grab you, put you on a leash, and we're going to go in the house or in the car, or I'm going to take something out of your mouth that you shouldn't have. So the dogs develop through consistent repetition, which is how we train dogs. They develop not develop, but they know that, well, if I come back to you, the party's over for me. So I'm going to run and dodge you and continue to be free and not come back to you. And how I'm reversing that during the course of the week is every time the dog comes back to me, I give them a big praise, sometimes a treat, big reward, and then I let them turn around and keep doing what they were doing. So coming back to me doesn't end anything. I'm not ending any fun. They're just getting a big attaboy, and then they can continue doing what it's doing, sniffing, exploring, all the fun dog stuff. Just another pro tip, another thing I like to do right after I call the dog is I'll start going backwards like that. See that? See that reaction I got? Because it creates a little bit of chase. It creates some emotion, some animation, which is all attractive to the dog. So we want that whole experience of coming back to the owner to be fun and exciting and rewarding for the dog. And the end goal is get to that point where it doesn't matter what else is going on. You call the dog and the dog comes.